So it's no secret that I very much adore card games. Started with the Naruto trading card game, unlike most, and it just kind of grew from there. But as time went on, I realized that I started developing quite a bad habit whenever it came to my card gaming, and that was a huge, well, case of FOMO. And I kind of started developing this unknowingly. Back in 2020 when the Digimon card game came out, I was able to get like 4 boxes whenever it first launched. Granted, I only got 3 buy-a-box promos, but that's a story for another time. I had full intentions to do just a complete dive into this game whenever it first came out. I actually mentioned that in the box openings I did upon release. However, from that point to me, it felt like the game just screeched to a halt. I mean, obviously it didn't because it's over 2 years later and we just got booster set 11, so it's still thriving, but it felt that way to me. It felt like it just stopped dead in its tracks for a few reasons. With this game and quite a few others, you just couldn't find product. The first that I started seeing this game in stores again was set 3, or at least I should say English set 3. And even that was really hard to find. It was few and far between. And this thing was also happening with the main game I was playing at the time, Bakugan. Arguably, the booster packs for this game were even harder to find than their chase pieces, which is not a healthy state for the game to be in. Nowadays, I'm pretty sure the game is officially dead, which, again, a story for another time, and we will be talking about that soon. So the scarcity of product for all of these games ended up making it to where I was losing interest because I couldn't play the games that I enjoyed. I still had kind of the collector's mentality because the way I looked at things was, if I want it, I want it all. I wanted everything from like the promos to every card in the set, not specifically every card in foil, that was reserved for special games, but for most of it I just wanted to set collect. But it wasn't my priority. Playing was my priority. So kind of the way that I would jump into a new game is to buy a couple, 2-3 boxes whenever the game first came out and just dive into it, be able to build some decks that I wanted, have the bait to trade to get the cards that I needed for the cards to play, and then I would focus on set collecting as time went on. Once I had the decks that I wanted built, or at least mostly, then my trades would kind of start leaning towards, oh, I need this card for playsets, so yeah, we'll trade for that, and things along that line. But the core part was playing the game. And I don't know if it was the fact that we couldn't go to the local game stores, or if it was where, again, product scarcity, but I started losing that drive. And the hobby that I used to love and enjoy started to feel like more of just a task, a job. Everything in the hobby just started to feel like ketchup. The things that I used to enjoy started to feel stressful. And that's not the way a hobby's supposed to feel. You're supposed to enjoy your hobby. Even once things started becoming more relaxed and you could start meeting with people again and playing games, the fact that I wasn't able to build the decks that I wanted to and products were still hard to find, what should have been a hooray, we can play again, was a, well, I guess I can play this deck I built a couple years back. I mean, I don't really have any of the new stuff, so there's that. But with all this negativity, where does One Piece come into play? We see there was a One Piece trading card game that kind of launched at the end of last year, and I also missed the pre-release on this by 1 day. Granted, whenever I say the pre-release, I'm not even talking about for the core game. This was literally just for a card binder. And the fact that I missed that, putting me in that same mindset of, I don't want to play this. And I know this is crazy because it was literally just for a binder, not even the cards for the game, but that's the way it felt. I guess it was just everything piling on. But as time went on, my local card shop did get some of the starter decks and had a pre-release. I wasn't aware that it happened whenever it happened because, again, I was kind of out of the loop. But whenever I finally went back and found some, I got a couple starter decks. That's all they really had left. And from that point on, that's all they really had. So the cycle kind of started again of not being able to find packs for the game that I'm wanting to play, but it was different this time. One of the players at my local shop is fantastic. Each week they bring multiple decks for those who don't have decks to just be able to grab and play a, well, competitive deck with everyone else. And the community is fantastic. It's nice, everyone's friendly and just there to have a good time, and it feels like it used to feel. For once, I didn't care that I didn't have the cards I needed for the decks that I wanted to play. I just wanted to play. With the starter decks that I found and a couple packs from a 5 below, that's all that I've gotten for this game so far. I've slowly kind of cobbled together a deck that I've enjoyed playing, and so instead of having cards, it's just every now and again I'll find some to alter it and change it. Is it the best deck? No. But just the fact that I'm enjoying the game again, that feels good to be back. Now though, for the moment, I don't have any desire to start collecting this game. I just want some of the cards to slowly find me while I play different decks and things like that. And I do want booster packs so I can build more decks, but the collection can come later if I do end up collecting this game. I don't need everything like I felt I've always have with trading card games. And it's so refreshing to feel that way. Now, does this mean I've turned over a new leaf in the collector's mentality? Yes and no. There will still be games out there that I plan to collect way too much of. Battle Spirit Saga being one. That's going to be an obsession. But there are also games that I just want to play. I've also changed the way that I've started doing collections, which we're going to talk about really soon. I really like this new method. It's refreshing. Even some of my old collections, it makes me feel like I can go back and almost restart, get some things completed, reorganize everything in the way that I'm wanting to do it. So it's going to be, I'm looking forward to making that video. It's going to be a really cool topic. Well, it's going to be cool to me. I guess you have to be into this kind of thing for it to be cool. Granted, if you've watched me ramble this long on this little "Hi, I'm back" video, maybe you're interested in that kind of thing too. Who knows? Once again, thanks for watching this far. I will be posting more very soon. Everything from some blog videos, a lot of Battle Spirits content, set reviews, gameplay. We'll even do an overview, because that's the good way to start it, I think. Monday morning Pokemons are going to be returning. Monday morning Pokemon is coming back this upcoming Monday, I think, if this goes up when I believe it will. And, well, I hope you stick around. I hope you subscribe, because I've got a whole lot to say. It's good to have this fire again. But, as always, whether you do or whether you don't, you'll see me when you see me.